Imaginary Explorers Club.
In a charming neighborhood where the houses had colorful gardens and friendly neighbors, there lived a group of imaginative children. These children had big dreams and adventurous hearts, and they decided to create a special club they called the Imaginary Explorers Club.
The club's headquarters was a cozy treehouse nestled in Emma's backyard. It was their secret place where they would gather every weekend to embark on incredible adventures, all in their vivid imaginations. The members of the club included Emma, a spirited girl with a love for books, Max, a fearless explorer with a heart full of curiosity, Mia, a budding artist with a keen eye for detail, and Leo, a playful inventor with a knack for solving puzzles. One sunny Saturday morning, the club members gathered in their treehouse, ready for a new adventure. Today's mission was to find the legendary Crystal Cavern, a place said to hold the most beautiful and magical crystals in the world. The treehouse floor transformed into a dusty map of their imagined world, and the children began their adventure by boarding their imaginary hot air balloon, with Max as the pilot. They soared high above the clouds and across vast, uncharted lands. As they descended, Mia spotted a sparkling, rainbow-colored river that led deep into the forest. "That must be the path to the Crystal Cavern," she declared, and the others agreed. They paddled their boat down the river, imagining the rush of cool water against their hands. The forest was filled with imaginary creatures, from friendly firefly fairies to mischievous forest gnomes. Along the way, Leo used his inventor's toolkit to solve riddles and help the creatures they met. In return, the creatures provided clues to guide the explorers. After a day filled with adventures, the children finally reached the entrance to the Crystal Cavern. The cavern's walls sparkled with magnificent crystals of all colors, reflecting the children's excitement. Emma, with her love for books, opened her imaginary storybook and began to read aloud. Her words filled the cavern with a magical melody, and the crystals began to glow brighter and brighter. As the children marveled at the beauty of the crystals, they realized the moral of their adventure, that the real treasures in life are not always found in far-off places but in the joy of imagination and the bonds of friendship. They returned to their treehouse, exhausted but filled with a sense of wonder. The Imaginary Explorers Club had once again proven that the power of imagination and friendship could lead to the most incredible adventures, even within the confines of their own backyard. From that day forward, the children continued to explore their imaginative worlds, always valuing the magic of their friendships and the limitless possibilities that existed within their hearts and minds. And so, the Imaginary Explorers Club taught everyone that while the world may be filled with wonderful places to explore, the greatest adventures of all are those shared with dear friends, fueled by boundless imagination, and enriched by the lessons of kindness and teamwork. As time passed, the members of the Imaginary Explorers Club found new adventures and learned more valuable lessons. One day, as they were planning their next journey, they noticed their neighbor, Mrs. Thompson, sitting alone on her porch, looking lonely and sad. Mrs. Thompson had recently lost her husband, and her days were filled with solitude. The children decided to use their imaginative skills to bring a smile to Mrs. Thompson's face. They transformed their treehouse into a time-traveling tea party, complete with colorful costumes and imaginary friends. They invited Mrs. Thompson to join them on this magical journey. With Mrs. Thompson by their side, they traveled to the Victorian era, where they enjoyed tea and pastries with kings and queens, all in their vivid imaginations. Mrs. Thompson's eyes sparkled with joy as she became a part of their imaginary world. As they returned to the present day, Mrs. Thompson couldn't stop smiling. The children's kindness and their ability to share their imaginative adventures had lifted her spirits in a way she hadn't felt in a long time. The lesson from this adventure was clear: imagination and friendship could bring happiness not only to the explorers themselves but also to those around them. Inspired by their successful mission to brighten Mrs. Thompson's day, the Imaginary Explorers Club decided to spread kindness throughout their neighborhood. They organized a Garden of Friendship project, where they helped neighbors plant flowers and create beautiful gardens. Their acts of kindness soon caught on, and the entire neighborhood began working together to make their community more colorful and connected. The lesson of working together and spreading joy was evident as the neighborhood flourished with love and friendship. The Imaginary Explorers Club continued to thrive, and their adventures, both real and imaginary, brought joy not only to themselves but also to everyone they encountered. They knew that their journey together was a reminder that the most magical adventures were those that touched the hearts of others. And so, the Imaginary Explorers Club taught everyone that while imagination could take you to incredible places, the true magic lay in using that imagination to create happiness and unity in the real world. They had learned that the bonds of friendship, kindness, and teamwork were the keys to unlocking the most extraordinary adventures of all. As the seasons changed, the members of the Imaginary Explorers Club continued to grow, both in their adventures and in their understanding of the world around them. Each new quest they embarked upon brought with it valuable lessons and delightful surprises. One day, the club decided to explore the mystery of the enchanted forest. With Mia's artistic eye, they followed a trail of colorful leaves, each one painted with magical symbols. These symbols, they discovered, held the secrets of the forest, such as the importance of respect for nature and the balance of the ecosystem. Their exploration led them to meet the guardian of the forest, an ancient and wise owl named Orla. Orla shared stories of how humans and animals could coexist in harmony with the forest, taking only what they needed and giving back to nature. The children were inspired to organize a forest cleanup day in their neighborhood, teaching their friends and families about the importance of preserving nature and respecting the environment. The lesson they learned from the enchanted forest was that by taking care of the world around them, they could make a positive impact on their community. Another time, the club decided to become space explorers and travel to the far reaches of the galaxy in their imaginary spaceship. They discovered a planet filled with colorful, talking aliens who were constantly at odds with one another due to their differences. With Max's curiosity and Leo's inventive thinking, the children helped the alien species learn to appreciate each other's unique qualities, bringing peace and unity to their planet. The lesson they took away from this adventure was the importance of acceptance and understanding, no matter how different someone may seem. As the years went by, the Imaginary Explorers Club's adventures became legendary in their neighborhood. They continued to grow not only in imagination but also in the way they embraced diversity and the world around them. Their adventures became a symbol of unity, understanding, and kindness. And so, the Imaginary Explorers Club showed everyone that while imagination could take you to the most incredible places, the true magic lay in using that imagination to create a better world. They had learned that the bonds of friendship, kindness, and teamwork were the keys to unlocking the most extraordinary adventures of all. Their stories served as an inspiration for all who heard them, reminding everyone that the power of imagination and the lessons of morality could transform not only the individual but also the world around them into a place of wonder, unity, and endless exploration.